Hello and welcome to the D&D Grandma and the Family That Games Together podcast. For more about our history, please check us out on Twitter at D&D Grandma or on Facebook at The Family That Games Together. We hope you have as much fun listening to our story as we did creating it. Now, sit back and enjoy. Hi everyone, this is Vince, DM for the Family That Games Together. I'm going to try something a little new going forward with the podcast, and I'm thinking of doing our announcements this way. So first off, I want to start off with a quick little disclaimer and apology. As you know from the title of our podcast, we are a family that games together, and we are a low-tech operation, which means we record the podcast basically with a single mic in my dining room. And it is currently the summertime, so the humming that you're hearing in the background throughout the entire episode is my air conditioner. So I do apologize for that. It doesn't affect the sound quality too much. You can basically still hear everything that you need in order to follow the story. It really isn't that bad, but if you're wondering what that little white noise sound is, that's it. Want to get a little Patreon business out of the way. If you want to support the podcast, Patreon is the most direct way to do that. Just $1 a month, a tier 1 donation gets you access to all of the Patreon exclusive content we post, which includes ad-free episodes. It allows you to affect the in-game outcomes by providing our players with luck points. You could possibly get an NPC named after you. A lot of great things that can happen on Patreon. And it's just a wonderful way to support the podcast directly if you're so inclined. You can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/dndgrandma. Go there to make your pledge and get access to all the listed benefits. So I just want to give some shout outs to Critical Misfits, Kelsey Emmy, I hope I said that right, Kevin Harden, Lisa Wright, Lissa Hogue, Patricia McFarlane, The Deck of Many, and Tom Lynch. Thank you all so much for being great friends of this podcast. We love all of you, and we love having you as patrons. Also to some people who've been great supporters of this podcast throughout the months we've been posting, Shedrick Pittman, Tabletop Loot, and the Nerd Asylum. Can't ever forget those. Can't ever forget those three. They've been wonderful friends to this podcast, and we always hold a special place in our hearts for them. For those of you who aren't already following us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at D&D Grandma. You could also find us on Facebook with the title of the podcast being the name of our page, the D&D Grandma and the Family That Games Together. Please go find us there. Give us a follow. We'd love to hear from you. Now, that's enough of me droning on. I'm going to shut up now, and let's get on with the game.
Give me my loot.
We are back. They all vanished. What loot?
What loot? I do take my 2 arrows back, though.
And after a couple of seconds of trying to figure out what the hell just happened, and it's blue skies again.
Damn. Are there bodies residue?
Not really.
I want to find the captain and just be like, have you ever seen that before? Is this unusual, or...?
Probably something to do with the Shadowfell. We might have crossed through a portal.
Oh my god.
Are we back?
I think, well, yeah, now you see blue skies again. There's no blue skies in the Shadowfell.
Yeah, that sounds logical.
Now some of the crew members are coming up, and you can see, like, there's like pats on the back, like, that's awesome, you guys are great, we love that! Holy hell, how did you do that?
Is there a day spa on the ship? Because I'm done. This wasn't the pleasure cruise I thought it was going to be.
Pleasure cruise?
Setting to blackness.
Oh no. It's here. A message to her. Get it away from me or I punch it in the face.
Hello. Pleasure cruise.
Yes. Me and you?
Who are you?
Hello.
Pleasure cruise.
Yes.
Sariel has had enough of this tomfoolery and has walked into some room to get away from it.
Oh my god. I'm gonna heal myself, and I don't know if I have enough strength to get off this thing, but I need healing.
You have enough strength to get down. There's like a ladder. You can just make your way down calmly.
I go over to New Lara and I say, "Can I have a hug? I don't feel too good."
You most certainly can.
I feel icky.
Okay, so the rest of the day transpires fairly uneventfully. And that night, because of sort of the adrenaline dump of, wow, that was awesome, and the adventurers are just so cool, there is a little bit of like a party below deck. There's feasting and festivities, there's drink being passed around.
I'll do a fire show.
Okay.
If there's like a cauldron of fire, I will safely do like little shakes and stuff in the flames.
Okay, make a
And then-
performance check.
Okay. Not too good.
What's the check?
Well, let me see what I get for my performance. Oh, okay. 7.
7. So you take the flame and it is, you're not burning anything, but you are scaring the piss out of everyone, and the sailors are just throwing coins at you to get you to stop. You make 21. You make 21 copper.
I was gonna say I was gonna take out my lyre and do a performance, but then I take out my lyre, I see what you do, and I'm like,
I'm gonna call it Scared Copper on my lips.
Okay.
So you're not doing the lyre?
I mean, once she actually puts it down, I kind of go, so, do we want to hear a song?
Sure, yeah, that's
And
great.
I take out my lyre and I start
Make a performance check.
making the music. 29.
29.
Oh, yeah.
Can I come over and offer, and if anybody wants me to do like a fire thing behind you
No,
while she's playing?
no one wants to fire no more. They're scared.
Don't light up the board.
No? Okay, I awkwardly walk away.
It is a beautiful performance. Some of them are moved to tears.
Oh, boy.
You make 19 silver.
Woo!
Ah, fuck. No, sorry.
And it's just a very chillax evening. Some of the sailors are playing cards. The next morning,
Ooh, so we long rested?
yes, you all long rest.
Oh, no.
Yay!
The next morning, the terrain beneath you, which has been mostly forest, some hills and low mountains, but a lot of forest area, begins to break away, and you get to see a coast with a large body of water. And at the bottom of the coast, you do see a small city begin to emerge in the distance. The ship begins to slowly descend and make its way down. Captain Hamill says, "Yeah, there she is. Greybreak, straight ahead." It takes him about a half hour to guide the ship in and bring it to a fairly smooth landing.
Fairly smooth.
And as you're pulling in, you can see several people in the city, like, looking up in wonder at this. What is that? Like, they've never seen an airship before. It is a very rare piece of technology. And Captain Hamill just brings it in and does what would constitute like an anchor that just kind of makes it hover. He hits one of the levers, and all the arcane crystals kind of pulse, and then just settle into a very just subtle glow,
Okay.
and the ship hovers.
Okay, after hearing these things going on for 3 days straight, I'm like,
Yeah, it's one of those things where you didn't realize it became white noise, and now that it's over, it's like, wow, I can hear again.
yeah.
Type thing. And he's like, "Okay, crew, shall we say 2 days? Meet back at the ship?"
Wait, if it's a 3-day journey here, I don't want to take 2 full days.
Well, I mean,
It took us 3 days to get
2 days and then 2 and a wake up.
2 and a week.
2 full days, and then you're on the
Oh,
morning of day
okay.
3.
Alright, so
don't pick
one
us
night
up.
in the city and then let's meet back up.
You're the boss! And he tips his hat, and it almost falls off, and he gets to grab it and put it back on.
Somebody please get this dude like a hat that fits. Could you whip that up?
When we get back, we'll
I
go
conjure
to
water.
Get a
Yeah.
hoodie.
milliners. Is that they call it? Milliners?
All right, put that
Now,
on the
how do we
list.
find
Yeah.
The
this
chamber
chamber?
with the P something.
Oh, the Patrician Chamber.
Patrician.
Ah. Yes,
Says that.
them.
Captain Hamill.
Oh, he knew the whole time what it was?
He's actually originally from Greybreak, which is primarily a halfling city. Some dwarves, some elves, and some assorted other races, like any other city. But the primary race here are halflings.
So, Umbra is like happy.
Yeah,
is
you're
your
seeing a lot of
Vegas.
halflings. You're seeing a lot of halflings. It is a coastal trading town. A lot of import and exports moving in and out of the pier. You know that merchants come and go. Not all of them reputable. And it's a place to do business and make money. And if just you could walk into the center of and you can see it's a fairly average small city, and you could walk to what would constitute the town hall to see the Patrician Chamber. And it is one of the better built buildings. It's fancier than the rest of the buildings you see here. And you're passing the normal, like, oh, okay, blacksmith, tanner, arcane shop, armory. Like, you're getting the sense. All right, it's a city. And you come to it's a polished stone building with 4 stone columns in the center of it and a small little walkway that goes up to the to what would be like the porch or the dais, whatever you call it, balcony. And inside 2 long doors, which are now sitting open, would be the entrance into the Patrician Chamber. And you are greeted by a halfling woman. Just approaches. Oh, yes. Can I help you?
Well,
I'm assuming you all walked in.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
all there.
first of all, good morning.
Good morning.
We were sent here by the Lord Mayor
Heal.
to come and speak to you about possibly becoming allies with Whitebridge. As you know, there is an approaching force who is a threat to all of us.
We have heard the rumors.
Well, the rumors are true. It's no longer a rumor, it's actually a truth. And we're all going to need each other now. So he is extending his hand of Whitebridge out to you and hoping that you will do the same.
Okay, I'll go inside and let the chamber's actually in session right now. I'll go inside and tell them you're here from Whitebridge and see if I can get you an audience. In the meantime, can I get you refreshments?
Yeah, do you have
Yes, that would be lovely.
We have cold tea.
Have lemons in it?
I can probably whip that up.
Oh, sorry.
Please have a seat.
The tea is perfect, thank you.
And you're just showed to like a small little waiting room with some benches and things. And you're in there. You're in there about 20 minutes. A few pitchers of tea are brought for you. And then after like 20 minutes, your halfling lady that you've been talking to appears and she goes, okay, the chamber will see you all now. If you'll follow me, please.
Thank you.
And she takes you down this long hall into a side room, and it opens up into a large audience chamber. And a very large circular table sits there. And there are 12 figures sitting at the table. And even though it is a round table, one of the seats, each of the other 11 chairs are all equidistant apart, but there is one chair that's like a little more room on either side. A very subtle hint to this is a round table, but I call the shots kind of thing. And sitting at that chair that's a little offset is a elven woman. And she is in very gaudy, very flamboyant robes with all sorts of intricate designs and tassels and things on it. So, from Whitebridge, hi?
Hello. Can we just noodles her real quick?
Can you what?
Can you noodles her? Exactly what she said so very eloquently.
Sure. Well, that is certainly interesting.
It's more than interesting, lady.
Okay. Oh, yeah, about
We
yeah.
have heard the rumors, yes.
My lady, they're not rumors. It is a truth.
We understand this, but I have nothing other than your word to go on. And we've never met anyone from Whitebridge before, and now...
I try to climb up towards arm and like shake his necklace at her. I'm like this right
Remember
here.
this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
not a rumor. Not a rumor.
That is very gruesome. Please stop that.
You are a mercantile district, yes?
Yes, a bit, yes.
Okay, have you heard of the Tremaine Textile Empire?
Let's find out.
Mercantile.
I don't know if you've come this far south or not. That does not ring a bell. Anyone know Tremaine family member? There's like murmuring going on. Make a perception check. Sorry. Actually, everyone can do it.
What's that? Perception?
Perception.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's do that again. For
Oh, you said got it? I thought you said not it.
21.
Okay.
Got it.
23.
Oh wait, we each have to do it?
No.
Okay.
12. No,
All I needed.
13.
5. I
Okay.
just got it.
And as they're all talking, you kind of get a look at them. There's 12 of them around the table. No one is dressed as elegant, as gaudy or as extravagant as this woman is. You see there's several, and they're male and female. You see dwarf, halfling, half-elf, and there is one goblin. Looks like a female goblin who is not really interacting with the rest of the group, just sort of nodding and and everyone is just kind of talking around her, but she is in one of the 11 seats, sitting, well, 12 if you count the quote-unquote head, even though it's a round table, so there is no head.
So no one has heard of my
No one is really... I rolled an 8, sorry.
I want to swing off of Tor's arm, land on the floor, and walk over to the goblin woman and just like stand right next to her and be like, "What's your story?"
Just for the funsies, make an acrobatics check.
The funsies.
Because you're going to be able to do that, but let's just see how cool it looks.
11.
Okay. You do a quick little... Yep, stuck that landing. Never mind that back pain, I'm fine. And you're walking over to her and saying, "What's your story?"
Yeah. But like quietly, like I'm little, she's little.
I have no story. There's no story here.
Okay. You seem a little wound up for having no story.
No wound up. I'm okay.
I'm little too, you can talk to me.
That's okay. Nothing I need to talk about. I'm fine.
Okay, I don't believe her. Can I see if I will do it?
You may roll an insight check. Yeah.
Ooh. 21.
What's your passive perception to?
14.
Not Umbra, but I would like, again, perception checks from the rest of you.
Again?
Because Umbra has done something that has triggered something else, and I want to see who picks up on it.
17.
Cool.
9.
That's a really nice table. I wonder where they got the wood for that.
Baby. I'm sorry.
11.
18.
I have a ringing in my ear.
That is a lovely table tour, isn't it? I wonder where they got that. Is there a Raymore and Flanagan around here somewhere?
I wonder if I could get a wood carver.
You said 11, Sariel?
Yes.
That's good enough. You were close, Tor. The DC was 10. You were close.
I got a 3.
Damn.
And Nulara, you got a 10 or better?
I got an 18.
Okay, you're getting a text. And Kristen, you're getting a
You
text.
have your phone?
So now it appears no one has heard of the the Tremaine Mercantile Empire.
I look at the elven woman back at the head of the table. My, that is a lovely dress you were wearing. Where did you get that?
Oh, everything I get is tailor-made, custom.
Tailor-made, custom. Where did they get that fabric from?
Make a persuasion check.
Don't be stupid. It's stupid. I'm using my last luck. I don't care.
Okay.
Still stupid.
I hate that.
15.
Got his head in one
15?
eye, and
Okay.
I got his tail in the other.
Are you proposing a business relationship?
I could be as part of an alliance. I am a very powerful woman with a very powerful family.
You all seem like powerful people. Let's strike a bargain, shall we? She leans forward and steeples her fingers on the table. We have a bit of a militia, and we have a town guard, but we don't have an actual group of adventurers, and I like to keep the militia and town guard within the city as much as possible in order to guard our citizens. Now, I would be willing to send a detachment north and aid in giving supplies and things of that nature to Whitebridge as well, if you would all be willing to help us out with a problem that we're having here in Greybreak.
What is the problem you're having in Greybreak?
We have a bit of a pestilence outside our city in the surrounding forest. Her name is Lashana Starflower.
Whoa. That's a name.
I want to see if the goblin reacts to that name.
Make a perception check.
What is the name?
Lashana Starflower.
20.
Uh-oh.
Her and her gang have been raiding merchant wagons trying to enter and exit the city, stealing gold and wares and retreating back into the trees of the nearby root garden. Root garden is the name for the forest.
Root garden?
The root garden, yeah.
And what does she do with all of that gold when she steals it?
I have no idea, but she takes the valuables and sends the merchants back to us empty-handed. It's rather embarrassing, if you know what I mean.
I do understand.
The quickest way to Root Garden is right up there through the Balasar roadway. Perhaps you could all be dressing as nobles, and I could give you an official Patrician Chamber wagon. She seems to only want to attack wagons that have the official stamp of the Patrician Chamber.
Okay, so we do this for you. What do we get out of it?
I will enter into your alliance, and I will agree to assist you with this coming threat. But first I need to be proven that you all can be friends to Greybreak before I allow us to be friends to Whitebridge.
So there's two things I want to mention here. One, we are already hired out for Whitebridge. We are their resident adventurers. We don't mind doing this job for you, to help you, of course, because we want to help our people. But this can't be a thing, and we can't stay here. Also, we are on a serious time crunch. Can you have those soldiers start marching immediately? And then we can help you here, but we've got to get back. We can't spend even an extra day here to do this.
I can send a detachment north now, but I will keep my fastest horse here. If this mission is not successful, or if you double-cross us, I will send the runner to catch the detachment and turn them around immediately. Fair enough?
I would like this in writing, please, given that I am a businesswoman.
Stamped with an official seal.
She looks over like this, and there's a male elf to her left, who she says right away, "Would you begin drafting a contract, please?" "Right away, my lady." And he gets up and he exits the chamber. "It'll all be ready within a few minutes."
We'll stay here and wait.
You're gonna dress him up as a noble? Pointing the tour.
Maybe we can hide him.
That would be hard.
Either hide him inside the cart, or I might be able to find something that fits him.
It's his hair. What are you gonna do with his hair?
We could make it look nice. Perhaps a ponytail.
Bright red ponytail.
What's the song they sing in The Wizard of Oz when they all go get dressed up because they're gonna go and see The Wizard of Oz?
Oh, I know the one you mean.
Scrub, scrub, scrub.
And a couple of tra-la-las.
That's how
Away in a million
of Oz.
I was going to go 10 Commandments with that. When you've been bathed with scented water,
Yes!
your hair brushed with sandalwood, there will be no time for tattoos. Okay, so they draft the contract. It takes about maybe 15 minutes
Do we all have to sign it?
I would.
to make it official, yes.
The notary?
Tor just draws a
We
smiley
don't have
face.
any ill intention here.
No,
We
seriously.
want our army
Do
sent.
you sign your name?
Yes?
Can you sign your name?
Well, I mean, I think there's
Intelligence
some
is 8?
fishy stuff. I don't think we might be
Yeah,
on this woman's
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
-1.
No, seriously, it makes a difference. Like, if his intelligence was 6, he might not be able to write his name.
So
8,
he's 7.
it's not pretty, but he could...
He can score
X.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Umber, you were saying something? I didn't hear you. I
Umbra's
apologize.
not convinced that we're on the right side of this.
I have that gut feeling too.
Okay, in that 15 minutes, do you want to put, like, do we want to have a little powwow in the corner?
I think
Yeah.
we should.
Mm-hmm.
And find out what she's feeling.
Yeah.
What exactly she's getting.
Okay.
from these
Talk
Okay.
amongst yourselves. In the meantime, we're going to conduct some official business.
Or can we move to the antechamber?
Yes, they'll move you into like a side conference room.
Okay.
Talk to us.
What are you guys thinking?
Really quick, like, I wanted to go. So nobody was talking to the goblin. She's like totally ignored over there. So I went over and I was like, you know, I like outsiders. So I'm like, what's your deal?
Aw.
And she freaked out. She wouldn't talk to me at all. She's like, no deal. I'm perfectly fine. I'm just sitting here. But she was not fine.
Yeah, I noticed
And I
that.
saw her glaring at you.
Yeah, she
when
glared
you
at you.
approached the goblin.
I don't trust this lady
Yeah.
at
She
all.
was glaring
I saw
at you.
that too.
Excuse me.
She hated that I talked to the goblin. Like, hated
How
it.
dare you?
So what's going on with this?
I don't know what's going on.
So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
But
the
if
person
she-
in the wood is stealing gold. For what reason? They live in the woods. Why do they need gold? So
Yeah.
I don't think that they're necessarily bad, but I think
And
that
they
either way, we
only
need to strike
attack
a deal with
really
them.
wealthy people. That's a great big red flag.
And
But I-
what type of person? Is it a goblin also?
I don't don't know, but I'm starting to
Something
think
like-
they might be like Robin Hood type.
I was
like
gonna
That's
say
they-
what
Robin
I'm going through.
Yeah, I think we might be on the wrong side of this. I'm hesitant to sign a contract saying that we'll deliver this or she can pull back her troops, because that means we're going to do all this work and we're still not getting troops out of it.
Okay, but here's my concern. If it's completely on the contingent of this woman, what does she want out of us? Apprehended? Dead? Will she take our word that the problem has been dealt with and we can arrive with some of the treasure? Because in that circumstance, we gotta go tell this Robin Hood chick, stop for 3 weeks, and then you can resume business as usual.
Or we leave. We leave and we tell Oakenheel that there is nothing here for him. There is no sizable militia for him. We
There
leave.
isn't.
I go home and cut everything off to fuck wherever we are.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let
Trade
them wear
embargo.
cotton. I mean,
Wow.
come on.
She's not trustworthy, but I wouldn't do any work for her without a contract. But I agree with you, she's not trustworthy and there's something wrong.
Okay. Another thing to think about is if this woman is in the woods and she's gotta be good, maybe we go talk to her anyway. Maybe she's willing to fight for us.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the contract says and how harshly it's worded. Like, I don't want to. I want to be able to talk to this woman before we just summarily like kill her or whatever, you know? Because that what she's asking for, or she just wants the problem solved. Is it going to be that generic?
Yeah. Okay, we'll look at the wording.
Alright.
Okay, so you re-enter the main chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The contract is fairly standard. I mean, there's certain differences in the verbiage than you're used to with contracts up in Whitebridge, but things are going to change from city to city in different cultures and the way they structure things. But all the main points you would hit in a contract are there, and there doesn't seem to be anything overtly shady.
So, in order for it to be valid, we all have to sign it, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And your point is?
I want to message to her real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm messaging to Ember. Prestidigitation lasts for a little while, doesn't it?
From what I've heard.
I can prestidigitize my signature on this contract.
And then when it
It'll
disappears.
disappear. It's not valid.
It lasts an hour. Up to an hour. I might require a spellcasting check from you because you're going to be doing this right under their noses.
Not only that, but if I'm sorry, I don't know about it. Never mind.
Yeah, we don't know. We are unaware of it.
Right.
It's certain something you could try, and it's creative as hell, and I'll let you do it, but it might require some checks.
Often.
But like a stealth?
Sleight of hand.
Oh, boy.
Here's what we're going to do. The first check is going to be a sleight of hand check to see if you could pull it off.
Okay.
I'm
And
afraid if she
that will
notices
then
the
trigger a
troops will-
spellcasting check. Actually, no, never mind. A sleight of hand check to see if you can pull it off. It's signing your name. You can't trip that easy. So are the rest of you all signing?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
something we have to agree on. We sign or don't sign.
I think we decided to sign.
Yeah.
Well, also, we all sign.
I say we all sign, and we keep the copy of it.
We do need a copy.
Okay.
We take the original.
Okay.
They sign, we sign, stamp it with an official seal, we roll it up, we walk out.
Make your check, please.
Don't be stupid.
Oh, you want to walk out with the contract?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to let that happen, but let's see what happens here first.
Why
Let's
not?
settle
It's
this
our
first.
contract for our assurance.
21.
That's a start.
Yeah, that's good.
That's just a start.
4 on the perception there. They don't seem to notice, and you, Sariel, it's so you're proud of yourself. You wish you could say what you did because you're that proud of it. And it's like the pen is just a millimeter off the contract, and and there it is with your flourish and everything the way that you do it.
Can I sign?
Are you signing Lady Smalls McSmallerson?
Yeah.
Awesome, love it.
And I'm signing Daffy Duck. As in Michael Scott. Daffy Duck.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Why?
Something that over the top, Daffy Duck.
Okay, fine. I was gonna say I'm gonna sign Serena.
Okay,
I was gonna sign Serena.
okay.
Now, are we all going to take different names and sign the contract?
No, you don't know.
This
You
wasn't
walk up to the
discussed.
paper
This
and
wasn't
you see
discussed.
some-
This was not discussed.
I just know I was gonna sign.
You
a different
see
name.
my
What
name?
order did you sign in? Who signed first?
I signed first.
Okay. Who signed? Who goes up after Sariel?
I'll go.
And then you? Who goes next? Who goes fourth?
Wow.
Me.
When you get up there, you see Lady Sariel Tremaine, you see Lady Smalls McSmallerson, and you see Serena as the names being signed.
Okay.
What do you sign?
I don't know.
You got the pen in your hand. You better do something quick.
I sign my name.
Okay. New Lara Fazim, and it comes to you.
Yeah, I'll sign my name.
Okay,
And-
cool.
X.
And there is an official stamp that gets put on it with the seal, and she does the thumb thing, the thumbprint in the wax. Okay then. I trust you seem to be in a bit of a time crunch, so I'm going to say you wish to head out immediately.
Can someone point us in the direction of where we can get all fancied up?
Yeah.
By all means. And she motions over to a female half-elf.
Okay, good.
You'll escort them well, won't you?
This is cool. I know this is
Yes, Lady
Okay, I
Jondalar.
love it. That's cool.
And the half-elf gets up and says, please, would you all follow me?
Okay, my idea is that these two just hide inside. Maybe you too.
I want to find a moment to speak to Ember. Just like a second as we're starting to walk away. Can you message that goblin and ask her, like, you know, just tell her, like, we're on her side and, like, can she follow us out or something? Like, see if she's willing to give us any help whatsoever.
Okay, I am going to, before I get too far, I'm going to message the goblin and say, don't be alarmed, but we would like to know you can trust us. We would like you to know you can trust us. We are open-minded people. If you need to speak to us...
You're running out of time on message.
Okay, come find us, that's all I'm saying.
She says back, be careful. Lashana's not the bad guy here.
Can I message her back again?
You'll get one more. You'll get one more, and she won't be able to reply because then you'll be past 120 feet.
Alright. I stop, I bend down to tie my shoe.
Okay.
And I'll say, again, as I said, we are open-minded people.
Okay.
If you have any more information, come find us.
Okay. You are shown to a official Patrician Chamber covered cart, and there are robes that are given to all of you that have the crest of Greybreak on it.
They have a little robe for me?
What about fam?
It's
It's a halfling city.
He's a little more difficult. It's a tiny bit short. They did the best they could.
Okay.
It's a bit short. Sort of. Yeah.
To my knees.
But we're getting like a carriage, right?
Yes, and they are
Can we
getting
just
you.
put him in the carriage?
Yeah, you can do that. Who?
And
is-
also her in armor, I thought that's why the two of them hiding inside would be good.
You can do that.
And then we can all pretty much look...
Oh, 4 will fit inside. 2 will have to sit in the driver's seat, in the driver's little bench with the 2 horses, driving the 2 horses. So first decide who's going to be driving this.
I can drive. You want to come with me?
Yeah, they'll probably look normal to have a halfling up there, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So Nulara, Sariel, Sashim, and Tor in the cart. Umbra and Sariel driving.
Yes.
Okay. I would like one of you to make an animal handling check with advantage.
Hold on.
Because
Let's
I'll say the
look
other
for-
is helping.
I don't have a 2. What do you got?
I got 1.
No, not you. It's got to
Oh,
be
I
them.
got a
They're
four.
driving.
I
got a nut.
Alright. You're helping me?
Yeah, I'm helping you.
That's
you
a
get?
2 and a 5.
Wow. Wow.
Ah. Lordy, lordy.
So, 7?
Okay. The trip is much longer than it could have been. As Umbra's kind of like, oh, yeah, no, not that way. Wait, that way. No, wait, that way.
What are you doing?
And as you...
Sitting there, no to the left, no to the right.
Do you want to drive? Do you want to drive?
I'm just trying to
This
help.
is ridiculous. Come on.
Oh my god, I'm so sick right now.
And you're going off and on the path. And every time you go off the path, you learn why the forest was called the Root Garden. As a lot of the tree's roots burst up out of the ground. So it's not just off the road, it's back onto the... all the time. You 4 are getting jostled a lot inside the cart. It's,
New York City.
Yeah.
Ow!
yeah. It's
Ow!
pothole city, my friend.
Oh, man.
Umbra, just you. Make a perception check.
20.
Oh, you're focusing on other things instead of helping with the animals. Okay, I
Second,
understand.
25.
You notice every 100 feet or so, you're seeing spots in the forest that look like drop spots. Like, it's not exactly what the aviary uses, but you understand the technique of leaving secret drop spots.
Yeah. Okay.
So every so often you're like, that log shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
That knot on that tree doesn't match the rest of the bark. Like, you're spotting things that...
Can I see one far enough ahead that I can stop the cart in time to investigate it?
Sure.
Okay.
So you're going to jump off and check one of them out?
Yeah. I'm like, here, your turn.
Should I make an animal handling check?
22.
You find a small vial with, like, a bluish, translucent liquid in it. I'm sorry, red. Reddish, translucent.
Okay, reddish.
What are you looking for?
I think that there's more going on here. I see drop spots, signaling, messaging all over these woods. Look, and I hold up the vial that I just found.
Also, while she was like out
Are you
looking
good
at the
or
drop
not?
spots,
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna say that I told them that the contract is null and void because of my prestidigitation signature.
Yeah, after an hour, her signature's going to vanish.
Wait, did I take it?
What?
No, they wouldn't let us take it.
Why?
They would not have let you leave.
It was for our insurance, not theirs.
It's for theirs, too. They would not
Well,
have let
where's
you
my
leave.
copy?
Okay.
And where's the lawyer's copy? I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm gonna roll Arcana on it.
Okay, roll an Arcana check.
14.
It's an elixir of health.
Ooh, okay.
It cures any disease, and it cures blind, deaf, paralyzed, or poison.
That's handy.
Okay, I pocket it. I get back on.
Okay.
Want me to drive?
Nah, I'll drive, you stupid.
Animal handling check with advantage. Umbra's helping you.
I'm really helpful. I'm just saying.
Please be better.
10?
Not quite as many detours, but every so often, like, the left tire, the left wheel will come off the side. And
See, this is much easier than you think it is.
okay. You travel for a little bit longer, and eventually, after about 45 minutes into the root garden, you come to a small creek with a wooden bridge to get across it.
A creek?
You know, is it the left side? Or the right side? Is it worthy of this cart?
Yeah, it looks like it'll hold the cart.
Okay.
So you're traveling across
Yep, traveling across it.
it? Okay. You four are inside the cart, right?
Uh-huh.
So just Umbra and I keep doing it.
Does it look like a choke
Ember.
point?
I felt like a mother who can't remember the kids' names.
I'm gonna
Mom did that to
notify
me all the
them.
time.
I'm gonna notify them in the cart. We're coming up to a bridge. It could be trouble. People might be under the bridge or something. But in order to act dumb, just be ready.
Okay.
Be ready to act dumb, Serial.
Perception checks, just from the two of you.
Oh,
Perception
because I'm the
checks.
one that's driving the cart off the road. Got it. Can't even handle a damn horse. It's alright. I'll handle this.
13.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
We put the perceptive one inside the cart. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you're about halfway across the bridge, just out of the corner of your eyes, you see from the brush on the far bank, an arrow flies out of the brush, and in a 1 in a million shot. Remember that shot you took, Umbra, where you severed the
Yeah.
pouch? It's like that as it cuts the reins of the horses, just severing them from the cart.
Ooh.
With that, off to the other side, you
I'm
hear
gonna yell out.
a prestidigitation-like bang go off, and the horses take off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell. That's what I thought. Go time.
With that, several dozen people appear on either side of the riverbank, blocking the entrance and the exit. And the ones in front of you part ways, and you see what?
I wanted, but as the bang went off, I wanted to counter charm so that the horses wouldn't be frightened.
Counter charm? Counter charm isn't a reaction. That would have had to have been done ahead of time. You have to say, as my action, I'm doing that.
Alright.
It's,
She's thinking.
Damn cool things I want to do!
it's okay. We'll get there. You'll have chances to do it. Separating from the pack, as the pack parts, stepping right through the center of them, you see a large female ogre.
Oh.
And riding on her back, the ogre appears female, chicken fight style. You know when you sit on someone's shoulders? You see a female elf in woodland colors, greens and browns, longbow on her back, and she's just riding on the shoulders of this ogre.
Like a horse?
Like the ogre is like walking with her on it, like you would put a kid on your shoulders.
God, I don't like this chick.
That's far enough, Pug. Okay, you can set me down. And the ogre bends over, and with a very nice flourish that would make Umbra proud, she does a little somersault and lands in front of the cart and just begins walking towards you.
Okay, I want to jump down, take off those silk robes like in a fit, because I hate fancy stuff, and I like throw them over the bridge, and I just walk out to meet her.
Has anyone else come out of the cart yet?
I'm gonna
Once I heard the
I'm gonna
bang,
wolf
I
whistle.
came out.
Okay, so yeah, you all see
I'm gonna
this.
wolf whistle and make sure they come out.
As you're doing that, you can see she's about to like knock an arrow, and then you're not a chamber member.
Nope.
Who the hell are you? And what are you doing in my forest?
I just noodle her that we're a group of adventurers, that we pissed off some big people that are coming, you know, we're on a serious deadline. We're here because we got our arms twisted to come out and wrangle you guys, but
Oh, is that what they told you?
exactly. But listen, I saw this goblin woman and she told my friend that you're the good guy, and I am very like willing to believe that. I just need your side of the story. Go.
Yeah, Gid is a good girl. She fell in with a rough crowd and we took her in. I'm glad to see she's still alright.
I mean, they don't like
How
her.
is my
they
sister
don't talk
doing?
to her. She's your sister? She's
Not-
very, very stressed out.
Not the goblin.
Nope.
The elf. The gaudy elf.
Oh, the gaudy elf. Yo, she's bitchy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And she has like no fashion sense at all.
You're talking about fashion sense to anyone?
Yeah. Yeah. No fashion sense. I mean,
Wow.
She kind of leans
Gaudy.
on the wooden rail of the bridge and she's just sort of chilling, talking to you guys. Goes, yeah, she's been skimming money off the city for quite some time. Tried to have me killed when I found her out.
so how long have you been out here like roughnecking it?
I'd say the better part of a year. These are all just runaways, orphans, and just people who didn't want to live under her thumb came and found me. Just kind of have our own little setup back here.
Is this the extent of like your group? Like all your forces? Is everybody here?
We have a few not so able-bodied back at our camp, but these are all the able-bodied ones. And you look around, it's about 60.
There's about 60 of them.
Can I run a perception just to check her out, how I feel about her?
Make an insight check.
Insight. What are you? A 6, 7, 8, 9.
Seems alright. You're going to cast something, Ember?
No. I said I was all ready to cast.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, maybe we should take them with us.
To get them
Well-
killed?
No.
When is
see,
that air thing coming back?
It's hovering outside the city. They
I
said
wonder
you...
if there's a way.
Maybe they could be our militia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Take them
Is
back.
that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Take them
Yes.
back to Whitebridge.
I'm sorry, I got a little bit of a concussion back there, so it took me a little
I'm
while.
gonna forgive you for that.
Horses love me.
Horses love me too. I think we did a wonderful job.
They love me.
Well, that's the story for another day. Poor
yeah.
Tor got very sick
Can
in
we
the-
try to convince them to be part of our militia and
That-
come back with us on the big, beautiful airship, and hopefully have them be refugees in the city?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
No! It knocked my pen!
Do you have any luck points left?
Yes. Okay, it's not that much better. 19.
That's much better.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a 9, but I have a plus 10. Listen, she wants you dead.
Oh, I know that.
She wants you dead, and clearly you want to help the city, but maybe you need to get allies in our city.
I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to have to do. I'm not stupid. What you tell me... Which, by the way, she's never heard of this Kalzim thing before. And you telling her about this is the first time she's heard of it. But this sounds like it's basically as close to an apocalypse as I've ever heard of.
No, just like a really big war, not an apocalypse.
Yeah, but if your city falls and he just keeps marching south, we won't stand against him.
Yep.
So what's the point?
Yep. That's why we're here.
And I love a good fight, but this is my home. And there is no way we're going to be able to march through Greybreak without a fight, without Nadine's entire militia coming down on us. So it may take a little bit longer. Might take another half a day or so. But we go around the path. We go around the city through the root garden. Follow me. I know the quickest ways through.
What
If your airship can fit all of us.
What if we bring the airship to you?
What if
How are we gonna get a message to the airship?
you help us
I like the
prove
idea.
that you've been taken care of? I don't know how to do that, but what if you stand down, you're no longer robbing, whatever, and we come back and say, we wiped out your camp, we've handled it, and you give us some kind of proof of that, the location, and you relocate temporarily.
Yeah, is there something
If
of
they
yours?
send their entire militia north to help us, it leaves the city unprotected, and you can take your city back.
Is there something of yours, like a
Yes.
ring or something identifiable that you can give to us and we can
Lock
say,
of hair. A tooth.
Jesus.
Or even be
Christ.
willing to sacrifice yourself and put yourself in prison temporarily. Anything.
She takes off her bow, kisses it, and breaks it over her knee.
Okay.
Show her that. She'll never believe I gave up my bow willingly.
Okay.
Okay. So
Show
we
her
show
that.
her the bow.
Tell her any story you want. Say the rest of them ran off into the woods.
We're gonna say we killed not only you, but a lot of them.
Say what you gotta say.
No, because if we say the rest of the army is still out there, she's not gonna be happy.
Okay.
We gotta say that we killed
like,
at least two of them got away.
say like light your hand on fire and be like, I burned the bodies, like I took care of it, something, because I don't want them
Can,
back going out
is
there
there
with
a
the
way
bodies.
somewhere I can make a controlled bonfire so she can see a cloud of smoke and I can say those were the bodies? Or something like that? What do you
Near
guys
the
think?
creek where it won't get out of control. Right there on the banks of the creek. Pog will help you.
Good idea?
He'll throw some water on it if needs be.
Okay.
And she pats the ogre.
So what
All right.
what is the actual plan now? They're gonna move through the
They're
root
gonna.
garden?
She says she will move her people through the root garden quickly and quietly. They'll go through the night and get us to the airship as fast as they can.
Okay.
You give her directions and she knows her way. She can get through there.
She's bringing her.
She's bringing all of them.
Okay, good. That's
So wait,
well,
she's coming on the airship with us?
If that's the plan, yeah, she'll agree to do it.
Oh, I thought there
Okay.
was a different plan.
no.
I said a different plan, but I think this is the one we're going with.
I took it as that you wanted her to come on the airship with you.
Oh.
And be your
I
militia.
took it as, I'm sorry, I was listening to Laura's last plan, which was we get their militia, their army, like we said we are, and that she's gonna lay low.
You're forgetting that in 1 hour the contract is null and void, and they're going to see that Sariel's name is no longer on it.
and also their militia is like, the only problem I see is that their militia is heading towards Whitebridge right now, and what happens when the militia recognizes this person?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh wait,
We're
Yeah.
we're rolling in the low teens today.
12, because you can add your jack of all trades, but that's okay. A lot of secret text today, guys.
Yes, indeed.
No. All I got was something about a table.
So has everyone agreed to that plan? Just so I know how to...
Please define the plan.
For the love of God. Okay. She's going on the airship with you.
Okay.
She's going to travel through the root garden quickly and quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And you were going to go back to the chamber and say she was dealt with.
Got it. And the militia is still on the way.
well, the thing is, we double-crossed her. What makes you think she hasn't double-crossed us? I mean, if what her sister is saying is true, she's shiesty.
She is a sneaky bitch.
She's gonna find any way to say that we don't deserve that militia, is what you're saying.
Yeah, she'll
And
come up with any excuse.
Any-
In an
Excuse.
hour, she's going less than an hour now. She's
At
going.
this point, it's probably right about now.
She's going to figure out that contract, if she looks at it, is void.
Alright, so I guess we're just going back to the airship.
Yeah, I think we hightail it back.
Should we get on the airship? Should we follow these people here with us and go? And any smoke that I do would be a distraction. And we
She
just
is willing to
don't
go
back
with
to the
you. I thought that
castle.
conversation already happened, so
Yeah.
she is willing to go with you.
Yes. So, but she's not.
Then she just broke her bow for nothing.
But now we're not going back to the castle to say that she's dead. We're just freaking disappearing.
Yes, I think that's the best idea because
We don't want her to arrest us or any shit, right?
that's right. So I think we should just hightail it back. follow these guys
Through the root garden.
through the root garden.
Okay.
Will the ship be surrounded when we get to it?
We won't know till we get there.
Just give me
I'm assuming.
give me maybe 20 minutes to go back and get our lame and older people who can't really move as well. I have a way of transporting them.
Oh boy.
Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say, you know what? Start moving. We'll meet you. Will take us an extra day,
Okay.
on foot, but
Call it right now just so I know how to describe the narrative. What's happening?
we're gonna wait the 20 minutes. She's gonna come. We're gonna go through the root garden and show up at the bottom of the ship.
Okay.
And hopefully, it's not surrounded.
She tells Pog to stay. She goes, "Don't worry, I'm faster on my own." And she's gone. And after about 20 minutes, you hear very subtle, like, whooshing noises, and about half a dozen winged creatures come over to where you guys are, and you see Lashana riding on one of their backs.
Oh, this isn't the copy thing, is it?
And they are brown, like leathery skin. You don't see arms, but you see like these long.
Monkeys.
They're wyverns.
Wyvos.
Wyverns.
Why?
Dragon-like creatures. And each one has a different, like, older person on their back, but these people seem to be doing okay
Oh, I see.
riding them.
I want to go to our friend and ally and say, "Is your sister aware that you can do this?"
She doesn't know about the wyverns. This is a trick I picked up since I've been living in here.
Okay.
I got a lot to tell you guys on the way back to your, what did you say, Whitebridge?
Yep.
Well, let's move quickly and quietly. Stealth is the key, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go out front and check for traps and stuff.
Okay. I will say you travel through the night. And do you want to stop right there, or do you want to address the airship situation?
I want to address the airship situation, but we don't have to if you want to wait.
Well, what would the plan be?
The plan is to try to sneak the hell back onto it in quiet.
Okay.
It didn't land, right? Is it all the way to the ground?
No. I'll say basically, just for the sake of brevity to get to the end of this chapter, you're able to stop close to, if you wanted to go ahead, like Lashana would go with you if somebody jumped on the broom, you would have to go and tell the airship to move, because they would surround
surrounded
it.
it.
Yeah. Now, when you get there, whoever goes, you've seen that they've pulled the ropes and the ladders up, so no one can actually get onto it, and it's hovering further above the city, and no one's firing on it, but
I can't fly up by myself because I shed very bright light when I get my wings out. So
I shouldn't go up there alone.
I think darkness and broom is the key right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have nothing that can help us.
Okay, you gonna go up?
Yeah.
All right. You gotta tell the airship to meet us on that mountain ridge point.
Okay. And for the Nulara, you fly up, and the Captain Hamill is there. What in the hell is going on? He's fixing his hat.
Just get on and shut up.
Well, that wasn't necessary. All right. And I'm assuming you're telling him everything.
Yeah, of course.
And he maneuvers the ship to a different location, and they're trying to follow it, but they're just like, "Freak do I do with an airship?" And eventually he gets over to the root garden, and you direct him to where it is. And ropes are lowered, and eventually everyone begins making their way up. He's a little off-put by the wyverns, but it's determined they could, like, fly alongside or just sort of perch when they need to rest.
Okay.
And it's going to be an interesting trip back to Whitebridge,
Oh,
as you now have about 60 more refugees.
Any children?
Yeah,
And
there's some
some
kids.
fighters, right?
Yeah, there's some
We did
fighters.
do a little bit, right?
Very rangery. You're seeing a lot of bows and arrows.
Good.
That's good.
I'm pretty sure Oakenheel is gonna be pissed. But we did the best we could.
While we're flying, do we see any army marching our way?
You never saw a militia headed your way.
No militia, no dispatch.
No militia was dispatched. And that's a good breaking point. Why carry around the books when you can take just a few cards to your games? The Deck of Many makes easy to use and easy to transport quick reference cards for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, containing information on monsters, weapons, conditions, NPCs, spells, and even a deck of many things. Go visit deckofmany.com and pre-order your set of animated spell cards today. Thanks for listening to the D&D Grandma and the Family That Games Together D&D podcast. If you liked what you heard, please consider supporting the D&D Grandma Patreon, and feel free to check us out on Twitter at D&D Grandma. Thank you, and keep on rolling.